I can keep the suit?
Don't do anything stupid.
Spider-Man is about to swing back into action in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. With the excitement still buzzing from No Way Home, fans are eagerly awaiting the web slinger's return in Spider-Man 4 New Home. But what can we expect from this upcoming installment, and when will it hit the big screen? Let's dive into the latest updates and intriguing story possibilities from Spidey's next adventure. But first of all, is Marvel really making a Spider-Man 4? So here's the scoop. Yup, they're definitely making a Spider-Man 4. You can breathe a sigh of relief because Sony is on it, but here's the catch. It's not happening at lightning speed. Spidey producer Amy Pascal chatted with Variety in May 2023 and she confirmed that they were actively working on it. The only hiccup? The 2023 writers' strike put things on hold, but don't worry, that's history now as it ended in September 2023. Amy Pascal was pretty clear, saying, "Are we going to make another movie? Of course we are." But thanks to the strike, things had to take a little break. Kevin Feige is also on board, mentioning in February 2023 that they've already started crafting the next Spider-Man adventure. Alright, let's talk about the Spider-Man 4 Dream Team. First up, no surprises here. Tom Holland will be back as the iconic Peter Parker. Now, beyond that, the casting details are still a bit of a mystery. But here's the exciting part. There are strong indications that Marvel and Sony are eager to reunite the fantastic trio that brought us the first trilogy. That means not only Tom Holland, but also Zendaya, who played MJ, and the director Jon Watts. Tom Holland himself seems pretty enthusiastic about it. In an interview with ET, he hinted that he's up for more Spider-Man action. He said, "I think as long as we can do justice to Peter Parker, as long as we can keep elevating and making the films better and making them mean more, then I'll be there." And he added, "I'd be stupid to say that I wouldn't be the luckiest kid alive if I got to do it again." So it looks like he's ready to don the Spidey suit once more. Oh, and we can't forget about Ned, Peter's trusty sidekick. We're crossing our fingers that Jacob Batalon will be back in the mix. After all, it's not Spider-Man without his guy in the chair. As for the release date, it looks like June 27th, 2025 is the date to mark on your calendar. Wondering how we arrived at that specific date? It's all about some clues in the release schedule. You see, on June 15th, 2023, Deadline dropped some intriguing news. They reported that Sony had 2 untitled Marvel movies in the pipeline, one for November 8th, 2024 and the other for June 27th, 2025. Now, initially we thought the November 8th, 2024 date might belong to Venom 3, but as it turns out, Venom 3 is set for Friday, July 12th, 2024. So, why are we pretty confident that June 27th, 2025 is Spider-Man 4's big day? Well, here's the scoop. Spider-Man 4 isn't exactly in the fast lane of production. Tom Holland let us in on this during a chat with Variety. He mentioned that they've been having meetings, but they hit the pause button during the 2023 writer's strike, so things are still at a very, very early stage. When you consider the time it takes for shooting, post-production magic, and working out all those new contracts, it's a safe bet that we won't see the film hitting the screens until 2025. So mark that date, and in the meantime, we'll be patiently waiting for Spidey's return. With that out of the way, let's take a look at the storylines that Marvel Studios could adapt for the Wallcrawler's next MCU trilogy. We've scoured the web, pun not intended, for a diverse array of classic Spider-Man tales for this feature. Some might ring a bell, while others are hidden gems waiting to be discovered. These stories vary widely, with some carrying the weight of world-altering events and others delving into the more personal side of Peter Parker's life, especially after the sacrifices he made in his last epic adventure. Each of these narratives is a marvel in its own right. Coming Home. Kevin Feige actually penned a foreword for a story titled Coming Home, and it's one of those modern classics in the Spider-Man universe. This tale, brought to life by J. Michael Straczynski and John Romita Jr., is a real treat. It introduces us to a mysterious old man named Ezekiel Sims, who shares Peter Parker's spider powers. But here's the catch. There's a foe in town, and this one's a real tough nut to crack. The vampiric Marlin. Imagine this epic showdown hitting the big screen. It will be nothing short of mind-blowing. And what's even more exciting is the mystical twist it brings to Peter's powers. It's like a breath of fresh air for the Spidey franchise. But here's the thing, if Marvel Studios decides not to go down that mystical path, Ezekiel could have a different role. He might just be the one responsible for the spider that bits Peter, giving us an exciting take on the hero's origin story. Back in Black. Now, here's a story that's ripe for adaptation, even though it might need a few tweaks to fit into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Picture this. After Spider-Man's secret identity becomes public knowledge, Aunt May finds herself in the crosshairs of a formidable adversary, the Kingpin. The reason? He wants to make the web-slinger pay for all of his past clashes. Aunt May takes a hit and is fighting for her life, and that sends Spidey on a vengeful rampage. He goes back to donning his iconic black costume, and since there already is a piece of symbiote floating around in the MCU, this could be the catalyst for Peter's darker journey, fueled by the alien costume. But how about having Mysterio step into Wilson Fisk's shoes? Mysterio is the one who revealed Spider-Man's true identity, setting off this chain of events. Plus, he's got a knack for the multiverse. Remember all that multiverse madness? SpiderVerse. If Marvel Studios and Sony Pictures are aiming to outdo the jaw-dropping spectacle of Spider-Man No Way Home, there's a surefire way to do it. Imagine this. Another team-up of 3 live-action Peter Parkers. Moviegoers would undoubtedly eat it up. Now, to keep things fresh, we'd want to avoid treading on toes of the animated Spider-Verse franchise. But hey, the more Spider people, the merrier, right? So adding a few more variants to the mix is practically a given. Plus, it leans into the whole multiverse concept, which fans can't seem to get enough of. And guess who would be the cherry on the top? Mysterio, once again. It just makes perfect sense. This enigmatic villain somehow had the lowdown that the MCU was labeled Earth 616, and in the comics, he's dabbled in interdimensional travel. So, picture this. If Tom Holland's Spidey is just the latest in a long line of Spider-Men who've had their lives wrecked by Quentin Beck, then an interdimensional team-up is the natural next step in the Spider-Verse adventure. Superior Spider-Man. Here's a storyline that's one for the books, and it's a tad bit of a wild card. You see, Dan Slott's Superior Spider-Man run is one of the most controversial Spider-Man tales out there. There's plenty in it that probably shouldn't make it to the big screen, but there's a nugget of gold in there too, the idea of a villain taking control of Peter Parker's body. Just think about it, Tom Holland, who we know as our friendly neighborhood Spidey, getting to deliver a completely different performance as a Spidey we've never seen before. It's a recipe for some fantastic acting. Now the big question is, who could be the puppet master pulling the strings? Well, that's a bit of a head-scratcher. Doc Ock has already had his time in the spotlight and even found some redemption. So how about Green Goblin leaving a parting gift? Or it could be that Spidey taking control of those iconic mechanical arms ended up with him getting infected by the same AI that led Otto Octavius down a dark path. Well, that's that for today. Make sure that you like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching this one, and we'll see you at the next video.